All right, guys, here we go. Really fast. 19 through the rest of them, through 40. So it's going to be fast. Okay, congruent or similar is everybody on the every hat on the Griffiths baseball team. Griffiths' hats. Every hat on the Griffiths baseball team is the same shape, but they might be different size heads. So as long as you're on the Griffiths baseball team, you have a similar hat. You're only congruent if you're on the same baseball team and you have the same size head. You have the same size hat. So same size hat on Griffiths. So you have to be the same size, same shape. So if we're going to do something and that we're always still congruent, we're not allowed to change our size because then we would just be similar. And the only one that changes its size is dilation. So those are the only two that we aren't picking. Okay, number 20. Okay, we have an XY chart. We have 1210, we have 3630, we have, they're asking us to find, for A, how long does it take to be 40% charged? So we have to fill in that blank. And then what if we do for hour 48, that's 108 minutes? What would that answer be? Okay, this one's called a proportional graph because we know if we charge it for 0 minutes, we're gonna be at 0%. So this starts from 0, 0. Okay, when they start from 0, 0, there's patterns we can find using multiplication. Check it out. From here to here, we go up times 3. And from here to here, we go times 3. Okay? Then from here to here, we go up times 4. So from here to here, we would go up times 4, and that would make 12 times 4, 48. So it takes 48 minutes. Okay, something else I see. 36 times 3 is 108. So from here to here, I multiplied times 3. So from here to here, I multiplied times 3. And this is 90. Have we done a whole lot of this? No, we haven't done a whole lot of this. It's a different skill that we use. But when anything starts from 0, 0, you can use these multiplication tricks. If it doesn't start from there, you can't. These are called proportional, which just means you can use multiplication. This one, let's see, 1/2 of 4x is 2x minus 4, right? Starbucks plus 3x equals 36. 2x and 3x means really I have 5 x's. Minus 4 equals 36. I'm going to add 4, 5x equals 40. Divide by 5, x equals 8. So I guess it's just enter the value, so 8. All right, over here, anywhere I see a y, I can plug in 3x minus 8. That's what this tells me. So over here I see a y, so I'm going to plug in 3x minus 8 and rewrite that equation. X plus 2 times 3x minus 8 equals 5. X plus 2 times 3x is 6x. 2 times negative 8 is negative 16 equals 5. Let's see, these together, I really have 7x's minus 16 equals 5. I'm going to add the 16 to put it over with its partner. And we got 7x's equal 21, divide by 7. Divide by 7, and x equals 3. So I come down here, look, no solution. No, there's not infinite solutions. This x is equal to 5, so it's not that one. This is the only one that has an x equal to 1. So yes, I could do that one. If I had to figure out what the y is, I would take the 3, plug it back into there, and y equals 3 times 3 minus 8. Y equals 9 minus 8. Y equals 1. Yep, it sure does. All right, 23. I'm not going to spend time on this. All of these equations are somebody who starts short but grows fast, somebody who starts tall but doesn't grow very fast, and eventually the red guy here is the cheap one, but after this, the red guy is the expensive one. So this one says, is only one of these companies a straight line? No, they're both straight lines. This one says, they don't ever run into each other? Yeah, all these guys end up running into each other right there. They intersect. Is one company always more expensive? No, right here, the red company is less expensive, and over here, the red company is more expensive than the black line. So no. And this is, you don't know which one is the better company until you know how many pencils you're buying. So if I buy a little bit of pencils, like right here, I should go with this company. If I buy a lot of bit of pencils over here, I should go with that company. They're all the same problem. So it's D. All right, for this one, Brad plus Sally equals 31. We don't know how many Brad made. We don't know how many Sally made. but we'll call B the number Brad makes. B is the number for Brad, however many he makes, and S is the number for Sally, however many she makes. We know together they make 31, and we also know Sally is 7 less than Brad. Here's how I would write that in math. Sally equals Brad minus 7, 7 less than Brad. All right, but this tells me in my math class that S is the same thing as B minus 7. So I'm going to take this S out, and I'm going to plug in B minus 7. Everything else over here is the same. B plus B minus 7 equals 31. This means I have 2B's minus 7 equals 31. I'm going to add the 7, add the 7. 2B's is 38, so I divide by 2. Divide by 2, and B equals 19. So Brad made 19. It ended up Sally made 12. We didn't need to know that. So it's 19 and 12 is 31. So 19 plus 12 equals 31. And they're 7 apart. So that's exactly right. All right, 25. Let's see, it starts at -2. So y equals something something minus 2. It also goes up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. We don't write 2 ones in the denominator, so this is y equals 2x minus 2. Over here, whenever you want to multiply by a fraction, multiply by the top number, then divide by the bottom number. So we're going to take our x, we're going to multiply it by 2, then divide by 3, then add 1. So here we go. -3 multiplied by 2 becomes -6. Divide by 3, it becomes -2. Add 1, it becomes -1. It starts at -3, ends up at -1? Yes. All right. -2. First, we're going to multiply by 2. So that gives us -4. Divide by 3. Ew, that's -4 thirds. If I try to add 1, 1 is 3/3. This is still -1 third. No, we're not. I could tell when I go to add 1 to this thing, it's still going to be a dumb fraction. So, no. Let's see. 3, we're going to start by multiplying by 2 to get to 6. Divide by 3 to get to 2. Add 1, and we're at 3. Starts at 3, ends at 3. Starts at here, ends there. Yep. 5 times 2 is 10. Divided by 3 is 10/3, so I can't actually do that. Plus 1, ew, that's going to be an ugly fraction. It's actually 13/3 because 1 is 3/3. So anyway, not that one. So only these two guys. 27, where is a point that can make this a linear? Linear means straight line. Look at the first 4 letters, a line. So I would need a dot right there because it goes down 1, or over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1, over 2, down 1. So this point right here, the x is 2, the y is 2. The x is 2, the y is 2. Okay, right here, this equation is really a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So looking at this, it looks like they have a right triangle that has 12 and I don't know and 15 because the big guy always has to be the diagonal. But right here it just says a triangle. I don't know that it's a right triangle. Carolyn makes the assumption that it's a right triangle because she used that formula. Even before she did any math, because you can't use this on triangles like this. It has to be a perfect right triangle. So before she does anything, if she's going to use a squared plus b squared is c squared, she made the assumption. She assumed that the triangle was this. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. This one, long explanation. I'll talk about it in class. It's that guy. I'll talk about it right now. Okay. Kyle says that A is 3 times bigger than B. That A, write this down, equals 3 times B. So let's see. What is the formula for A? The formula for A is pi r squared times height. The formula B is also pi r squared times height. The formula for A is 3.14 times the radius of 3 squared times the height of 9. For B, it's 3.14 times the radius of 1 squared times the height of 3. So I'm going to plug in the formulas right here. For A, it's 3.14 times 3 squared times 9. And then for, equals 3 times the formula for B is 3.14 times 1 squared times 3. Now, if you actually do the math, it works out that this is way bigger than 3 times this. These do not equal each other when you actually put them in your calculator. So they do not equal each other. I'm going to put an X through this equal sign. So the volume of one is not equal to 3 times the volume of the other. And that is exactly what that says. Kyle is wrong because the volume of A is not 3 times bigger than the volume of B. Tough question. I don't really like it. All right, this one is, if you know how many toys you have, then you'd have to divide by how much every box holds in order to tell you how many boxes you need. Like if I had 10 toys and every box held 2 toys, I would need 5 boxes. So over here, we're using powers. 12 to the 7th divided by 12 to the 3rd. 1 less than division is subtraction. So this is 12 to the 4th. You could actually just written 12 to the 4th power. You would have hit 12, then you would have hit this button that lets you type like in this little box, and then you would have hit 4. So this is the answer, but that's how you would have done it in your calculator. 31, if you get 0 equals 0, they did everything right. 0 always equals 0. There are infinitely many solutions. That doesn't mean x equals 0. X equals 0 looks like this. 0 equals 0 means infinity. All right, this one, what is the rate of change? Anytime you see anything you don't know, it means slope. There's like 4 or 5 things that slope could mean. Equation will always, the only way to write equation is equation. So let's see, slope of this one goes up 8 over 4. Up 8 over 4 equals 2. The slope is 2. All right, which of these are functions? Let's see, this A would just be a normal equation that starts at negative 19 and goes up 4 over 1. So it would just be a line that looks like this. And those regular lines that we've been doing all year, if we test it, yeah, those are good. So yes, that is good. The other thing is 2 guys can't have one job. He has a job, he has a job, he has a job, he has a job, he has a job. We're good. Over here, no, can't do that. Those are all in a straight line. No. Okay, over here, negative 15 has this job and it also has this job. That's 2 guys have one job. That's not good. So it's just the first 2. Over here, tough question. My honors kids will be working on this later, but follow me along. We know that A is going to be how many adults we bring. And S is going to be how many students go. We don't know those numbers yet, so we'll call them A and S. We know if we add our adults and our students, then 12 people came. So if you add up all the adults and you add up all the students, I don't know how many there are, but I know when you add them together, there's 12. Now, the tickets cost $120. So how do we do that? $12 for each adult. $12 for each adult plus $9 for each student plus $9 for every single student. So 12 times adults plus $9 for every student was how we got the 120. Okay, so now we have when I line up those the two equations, we have a column of A's, we have a column of S's, we have a column of numbers. All right, I want to know what the students are. So I'm going to get rid of the adults. Let's see, I'm going to multiply everything by negative 12. Negative 12A plus negative 12A minus 12S equals negative 144. So I took this whole row and multiplied it by negative 12. Why did I do that? So that when we combine the rows, 12 versus negative 12, the A's are gone. 9 versus negative 12 is negative 3 S's. 120 versus negative 144 is negative 24. We divide by negative 3. Don't forget the negative. S equals, the negatives cancel out, and 24 divided by 3 is 8. So there were 8 adults that went. There must have been 4 students, but who cares? All right, and there's those problems. I'll put the other video baseball questions up later.